Xtreme Motion is kicking it at the Home for Skaters, Eisenberg Skate Park in Plano. You know how we do it. We're always looking for the up-and-coming talent, and they're out here today skating for a chance to get down at the ASA World Championships. Now, if you're more into like the faster modes of transportation, a little bit more faster than the Fast and the Furious, you feel me? We got Indy racing car stud Greg Ray. You know, he's Plano's own, Texas representing. Now, don't think we forgot about our bread and butter on Xtreme Motion. We caught up with our favorite inline skater, one of our favorites, Ryan Dawes, at the Taz Addy Tour. He told us a little bit about what he's got going on this summer, and believe me, it's a lot of traveling. And we caught up with someone from one of our first shows. John Comer has been crazy busy, and he gave us a little FaceTime. So we're gonna go in and check out some of the inline competition. Y'all stay with us. Xtreme Motion is coming right back at you. Now, you know we got to spend some quality time over at Texas Motor Speedway. We got to get the full scope on the cars and the drivers. Now, one of Texas's own is doing mad well on the tour. Greg Ray, Indy Racing League driver, straight from Plano. We wanted to find out what actually gets these cars going at some of the top speeds of like 230 miles an hour. So we have Phil Casey, technical director of the IRL. He's gonna give us a little information on the engines and how they go so fast. How you doing?
Yeah, real good.
Thanks for coming to talk to us. Well, explain to me exactly what your job is.
Well, I oversee, some of the technical rules and engine rules, and when they were building the first engines and stuff, saw the part of that and the rules and how they were constructed. And we have rules that limit RPM, engine RPM and stuff. And still, even with the limits on the engine RPM, we were at 4 liter first. It got up to over 700 horsepower, so we cut to 3.5 liter. And now they're back up again now to about 680 horsepower.
That's a lot of muscle.
It is. They do. It's Indianapolis straightaway speed. They run around 235 down the straightaway, and this year they made a big gain, and they ended up averaging 231 lap speed for the 4 laps. So
I could do that. I used to have this bug, and I think we got it up to 9. No, I'm kidding. Now I'm looking in the pit of the car. Is that what it's called?
Cockpit? Yeah, cockpit.
All right, I got the lingo now. But it looks like a blank screen. What all comes up on that?
Well, on the screen for the driver, he gets all the temperatures of the car. We have a yellow light system. If there's a yellow, they turn it on. It comes on in the car. He can read his lap times on the thing. He can read water temperature, oil pressure. He can read all that. Also, there's a radio in the car that sends telemetry back to the pits, and they can monitor engine RPM, they can monitor water temperature, the pressure in the air box, which the air comes in and goes into the engine. They can monitor how much pressure is in there. They can actually monitor tire pressures. So they can watch everything the car is doing during a run, during the race, and they can water pressure and everything.
So now we have Les McTaggart, technical consultant for the IRL, and he's going to give us a little information on how they keep the drivers safe and keep these cars from basically flying off the track. How you doing?
Very well, thanks.
I appreciate you coming and talking to us on
pleasure.
Xtreme Motion. We were speaking to some of the drivers, and they were saying that the car has wings and G-forces, down-forces. I don't understand any of that. Well, let's start from the front of the car. Okay. How do you keep the car on the ground?
Well, basically what keeps the car on the ground is downforce or negative pressure. The car you see here actually is a result of the manufacturers probably spending many hundreds of hours in a wind tunnel with a 40% model, refining the car before it ever gets to this size. So they know really what's happening on the car long before it ever hits the track. But we have this phenomena on open wheel cars called downforce or negative pressure, and that's created by the wings and the underbody of the car. Now the wing essentially works in exactly the opposite way to an aeroplane wing. It has basically a curvature on the bottom which is greater than the top, so the air goes under it at a faster rate, and because the air is going faster, it creates a negative pressure underneath it, and this has the effect of sucking the car down. And the same applies to the whole structure of the car. Underneath the car, you can't see it very well, is the underbody. This has a lower outlet at the front than the exit, and it does the same thing. The air enters the underneath of the car, accelerates underneath, and the air flowing over the car is at a lower speed, so this gives us a negative pressure.
Well, you know, Xtreme Motion likes to represent Texas, and we have local hero, Texas hero, Dallas hero, Greg Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
I have to say, this is like a huge pleasure because I'm from Plano too, and you know, Plano representing, coming up into the IRL. You know, I mean, you've been racing for how long?
I started racing in 1992, so 10 years.
So I've been watching you. I'd have to say kind of, or at least I've been keeping tabs on you at least the last 5 years, and you're always a name that everybody sees, like on SportsCenter, on everything. And when you first started racing, was the big goal to get into IRL, or?
Well, when I first started racing, I mean, keep in mind, growing up in Plano my entire life, there wasn't a lot of go-kart tracks. There wasn't a facility like the Texas Motor Speedway, and all of my racing I was exposed to from TV, watching it on TV. And I always dreamed about driving Indy cars, but my parents were very protective. No mini bikes, no jet skis, no go-karts, none of that stuff. So I mean, I really kind of got pre-programmed against that kind of thing. You know, I did BMX and skateboards and, you know, football and all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until I was 25, already off in the business world, that, you know, I kind of had a midlife crisis. I decided, hey, you know, I'm only on this planet one time. I've really always wanted to drive race cars. You know, when I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let me. You know, now what's my excuse? I didn't have one. So I just jumped out there and tried it, and jumped out into a Formula 2000 car. You know, won a championship, worked my way up to Formula Atlantic, won a championship, and just really worked my way up the ranks.
Y'all watch this, right?
Absolutely,
I mean,
yeah. No, you know, I tell you, I asked you about the show, and I said, you know, I've seen you guys, and I said, you guys do a lot with skateboard stuff, because, again, I grew up skateboarding, did competitions when I was in 3rd grade all the way through high school. You know, we have about 15 skateboards in the garage, long boards for downhill. We got electric boards, we got some street boards, and we go over to Arlo Eisenberg's spot there in Plano all the time.
Big sponsor.
And you know, my 4-year-old doesn't really do much. He lays on his stomach and goes down the driveway, you know. But me and my 9-year-old, we get after it, and yeah, we have a lot of fun. And you know, I got a lot of scars still to this day. I got a great picture from last year where I had this just gigantic wipeout, and I took pictures of it. You know, took all the skin off of this, all off my back, all off. It ripped my pants off me, and had a big bruise here.
That was just on the board?
That was just on a skateboard accident, and we took pictures of it, and I said, you know what, this would make all the guys in the X Games proud. This is,
sure.
Yeah, this is a tattoo, baby.
You wear your wound.
That's right.
But that's awesome. Well, Greg,
right
thanks for coming to kick it with us, and
thanks.
you keep watching, and y'all be on the lookout for Greg Ray, local favorite, local hero, who's going to represent very well on the IRL tour. When we come back, the high-flying Ryan Dawes gives us his spin, quite literally, on inline skating. When we come back on Xtreme Motion. Can y'all feel the beat? Oh yeah, this H2 is all that and a bag of chips. Now our man Ryan Dawes is all that and a bag of chips. He's been on top and around the inline skating world for a long minute. And he's been around and around on Xtreme Motion a couple times, but he's always got something interesting to say. So Ryan, why don't you spin it and drop some knowledge on us? Well, we got our old favorite, Ryan Dawes out here at the ASA Warner Brothers Taz Addy Tour. Gosh, that's a lot to say. You don't ever have to say it though. No. You just get out there and skate, you know. But what's been up, dude?
Not much, man. Just skating, chilling.
God, what a life. Skating, chilling, skating. We saw you out at the X Trials. We didn't really get to chat when you all were in Dallas.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Dallas comp didn't go as good as I'd like it to, but I did all right in Atlanta. I got 6. So.
All right. So you're in the X Games?
It's kind of a confusion. Arlo announced that I was, but on the internet it says I'm not, so we're gonna have to find out.
I don't really see Arlo, you know, Arlo Eisenberg sponsors, you know, Ryan Dawes, but I don't know why Arlo would say that.
Oh.
Not trying to get you in there. We got love for you. We know you'll be there. And then we might see the POW movement.
Yep,
What's up?
The POW movement. It's my new flip. It's a front flip, 180 to back flip, so it's a double flip with a half twist. And it's pretty scary. It's pretty gnarly.
How big of a launch box do you need for that?
It's pretty big, good landing, because the first time I did it, I broke all the ligaments in the bottom of my foot and I was out for 3 months.
Yeah!
And then the second time I threw it, I landed it. So I haven't thrown it since, but it'll come out of the bag.
It's for the big comps, the big, when you really got to pull out all the stops.
Yep, exactly.
I made a big mistake. Sometimes it's all too late. I figured out your fate and now I'm gone dreaming. Can't turn the time around. Never speak another sound. Buried you here in the ground. Now you see it. You can't see it. Yeah, now the deed is done.
The Taz Tour, tell me a little bit about it.
It's been, I started in Sacramento, and every stop's been great. It's been fun, lots of people, lots of kids.
Are you out here molding the young minds and teaching them how to skate?
I'm just trying to motivate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get kids juiced about skating. Anyone juiced about skating.
You're back home for a minute. Are you glad to be back?
Oh God, I love being at home. Texas is where it's at.
So you came here for the X Trials. You were in Atlanta. Where else are some of the places you've been?
Tennessee, Florida a bunch. Let's see, Cali. Just all over, you know. It's just starting up.
Just starting up. What you got for the summer?
K2 is going to be doing 3 different tours, East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast tours, and I'm going to be traveling with this all year, so I'm going to be a very busy person.
No joke.
Come along to me. Why is that so hard for you to see? Come along to me. I can't let you be. I can't let you be free.
If y'all want to check out Ryan on the Taz Tour, go to taztour.com. Have you been on the site to see what's your picture look like? Are you like, I'm Ryan Dawes, all
I
cool
don't know.
pimp?
I haven't seen it. Probably though, you know.
Well, right. Well, y'all know the man Ryan Dawes. Keep a lookout for him, and we'll probably be talking to you again. We just can't get enough. You and Randy, man.
All right, man.
Keep your eye out for Ryan Dawes. He's easy to spot. You'll see him at the X Games and the Gravity Games, and you know he's probably coming home to represent at the ASA Worlds. Texas representing, and Ryan wears it on his head. Texas flag on his helmet. Oh yeah. Up next, we catch up with Texas native John Comer, who has a smooth skating style. It's gonna be a little bit crazy when we get back. Xtreme Motion is coming right back at you. John Comer's been skateboarding a long minute. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not trying to say John's old, but he did start out in Texas. He gradually made his way to the West Coast where he blew up like something crazy. Xtreme Motion is bringing you John Comer. Xtreme Motion out here kicking it at the ASA Warner Brothers Taz Addy Tour. Addy Tour. We got our man who's like basically with us from the start, John Comer. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Dude, you were like on our first show.
Yeah.
And we found you again.
Yep.
Or, you know, or you found us, however you want to look at it. How's it being back home or kind of at home?
It's good, man. I drove out with my family and stuff, and we're just gonna be hanging out for about a week or so.
Man, that is a trek and a half. I see you got all the little kiddies out here. Are you out here molding the young minds, teaching them how to skate?
I guess, yeah. I'm just out here hanging out, goofing around a little bit. Gonna skate some vert later. I kind of messed up my knee, so I'm kind of taking it easy.
What'd you do, dude?
I don't know. I messed it up. I don't know what's wrong with it.
What else going on this summer?
I'm going on the Warped Tour again for 2 months.
What is that like?
It's so much fun. It's like a big, it's like summer camp. I mean, for me, you know, because it's just like sleep on a bus with a bunch of other skaters and stuff, wake up every day, free food, just hang out all day, skate a little bit.
Check out some bands.
Yeah, check out some bands. I get to go on stage and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Are you gonna just stage it out, dude?
Oh, well, it's not allowed, but yeah, you know.
What they don't know, if they don't see it coming, what are they gonna do?
That's right.
If they kick you out of the venue, you're like, all right, I'm going to the bus anyway.
Yeah, it's all right. I got my pass. I'll just go back in.
So you've got a few comps, busy tour, schedule this summer. We're gonna see you at the ASAs, right?
Yeah.
What about the X Games?
No.
No X
I
Games?
I didn't do that many contests this year. I was kind of concentrating on traveling and shooting photos and doing stuff like that.
Doing
filming
some of the
stuff.
business end of it.
Yeah.
What kind of filming have you been doing?
Well, like, Pal is about to start making a video, and I just made 3 commercials for Airwalk Shoes, the shoe company I ride for.
Cool. Who else are your sponsors?
Independent, Rip Zone Clothes, Airwalk, Pal, Bones, Bearings.
Porky Pig's not here, dude. We only got Bugs and Taz up here.
Yeah.
John, we appreciate you coming to talk to us as usual.
Right on.
Man, we'll be looking out for you at the ASA World Championships. Y'all want to see what John's kind of up to, check out TazTour.com. You're going to be on the tour for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Y'all know where to find John Comer. If he ain't on Xtreme Motion, he'll be on the Taz Tour. Now this is probably as close as I'll ever get to driving a Hummer or owning a Hummer. I get to touch this one, but this will be my baby. You feel me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking away from John. I got caught up in H2 madness. Anyway, John is a cool cat who hollers at us every time he comes through Texas. So Xtreme Motion, anytime you catch a chance to see him, make sure to go out, show him some love. When we come back though, we got some more craziness. Keep it locked. Xtreme Motion coming right back at you. Do you think you're cool? Do you think your band rocks? Do you want to have the opportunity, like our friends Low Gear, to get a little FaceTime on Xtreme Motion? Well, all you got to do is send in your CD or your DAT to the address right there on your screen. We will spin it, we'll give you some name credit, we'll tell the website info, whatever you got. If you got some video, you can drop that on us too. Xtreme Motion is always looking to support the local musicians. All right, oops, I guess I won't be driving this H2 much either. Oh well, but Xtreme Motion has had a lot of fun today. We hope you've enjoyed the wild ride. We want to say thanks to GM for letting us get a wild ride up here in the H2. Oh, y'all don't know that? We didn't do anything. We drove the speed limit. That scratch on the, I wasn't driving, that was Andrew. I don't get to drive, I'm just a talent, I look good. Hey, thanks to Gregory and the Indy Racing League for giving us a little 411 on what goes on behind the scenes as well as on the track. Ryan Dawes and John Comer, keep a lookout for them. Good luck to you fellas. We'll catch you next time on Xtreme Motion. We're out here checking out the up and coming new honking horns. Now, if your taste runs to the faster modes of transportation, we got. Well, lately they let us go kick it in the pits and get the full scope on the cars. Now, yeah, okay. So next time you check us out, we'll find out who else has. I'm gonna have to do that again.